Virtual private clouds. Let's proceed and talk about what a VPC is. Essentially, a VPC is a globally private, isolated virtual network partition that provides managed networking functionality for your GCP resources. In other words, it's really a sandbox. It's a sandbox of your resources that you're deploying in the GCP infrastructure. Here's an example. We'll go through demos of deploying a VPC as well. And you can see that again, you have your regions, your IP addresses, your subnets as well. We'll go through the demo on that. A VPC supports your enterprise with the following. It's a global communication space. It allows you to use your compute or other GCP services. You can also share it with other VPCs as well through a shared VPC. There's also hybrid support as well. You could also peer. And also there's two types. There's auto and custom VPCs as well. Let's go talk more about this. As part of the features, it is a global communication space. One of the major differences with using a VPC in Google Cloud versus other providers is that this is going directly over Google's backbone, essentially. There's no going out through the internet to get back in. It's going over Google's infrastructure. Google has the most robust and most secure infrastructure out there that is pretty well accepted in most cases. So there's a good benefit to you just using Google Cloud and going over their resources in that sense. Now the two modes for a VPC is auto mode and custom mode. Auto is exactly what it sounds like. You're just going to let Google handle the networking for you, and custom mode is going to have you handle the networking yourself. The question is, do you want control or not? Or, generally custom mode you want to use if you're deploying a private environment, production environment, for example, that is going to be around. You want to have your own CEDAR range. You want to control your networking as required. Now, VPC peering. This is a nice feature where you could manually add a GCP virtual private cloud. And essentially, you could extend your VPC capability. As part of this, network peering allows a private RFC 1918 connectivity to two VPC networks. And what's cool as well is you don't have to be part of the same project or organization. Now, I did see one customer use this when they had one company I guess, buy them out. And they turned out that they were both using Google Cloud and they were able to basically extend their network together by using peering. What are the use cases for peering? Generally, organizations with several network admin domains or organizations that want to peer with other organizations. Some of the highlights of a VPC. Each GCP project contains one or more VPC. Basically, your project is going to have one VPC and it could contain more. Each VPC network is a global entity that spans all the GCP resources. Essentially, this is a global network that you're creating, and it gives you visibility into all the other GCP regions. The global VPC network allows those instances and other resources to communicate with each other over the Google's internal IP address space and infrastructure. Once again, if you don't have to leave the cloud to go to the cloud, that could be a good thing, right? Now, as far as resources, VPCs will have resources. Those resources could be global, regional, or zonal resources. In the compute section, we talked about different types of resources briefly as well. Once again, just be aware of that. Now, when it comes to VPC basics, they like to test quite a bit around networking. You need to know the use case for peering, the use case for a shared VPC. For example, how do you extend a customer that is using Google Cloud to another part of the company to use Google Cloud as well? Would you choose peering or shared VPC? A lot of this is based on the use case and what are the requirements.